Brian Enterline, Tom Donaher, Katie Lukinich, our officiating crew here tonight at the XL Center. UConn with the home grade tonight. ECU in the road purple. And the opening tip is won by ECU. They will look to attack, as you see right from the opening tip, as LaShonda Monk goes right to the basket for two. Meanwhile, the other way, I think we have a little look as to how this game might unfold tonight. Katie Lou Samuelson gets a layup.
Isn't that called cherry picking?
Now Samuelson gets a hand in it, tried to go back behind her back, and it's taken away by ECU. And now taken away by Nafisa Collier. Collier to the basket for her first two. Rebound by Alex Frazier, senior, averaging nearly 8 points a game. She'll try the pull-up. Samuelson loves the home rims, loves the sight lines in this building, and makes her first three-point attempt. Greenville on their home court on Saturday, 63-61. Walker couldn't hold on to it. The follow-up by Raven Johnson for two.
There was quite a collision underneath the hoop with Monk and official Tom Danner.
Megan Walker, who struggled with the easy ones again. Monk wants to drive at Samuelson. Samuelson holds her ground, and another rebound for Megan Walker. Crystal Dangerfield hasn't had the ball in her hands too much so far. She gets a touch, and she knocks down to three.
A different energy about this UConn team right now. They look energized.
There's Collier getting a hand in there. Kristen Williams takes it away. Numbers the other way for UConn. Williams, good catch by Samuelson, and a great start for UConn, and an early timeout called by ECU. Brings it back, will reset for the Pirates. Samuelson tried to sell a charge. Another turnover for ECU. That's their 7th already. Look at Collier streaking down the floor for two.
UConn so active defensively. Hands everywhere, feet everywhere. Nice finish and Geno Oriana's team so much more aggressive, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. Just a different pep in their step.
G goes to the basket for two, averaging 4 points a game and 20 minutes a game off the bench. UConn with a quick push the other way, and Samuelson gets it and the foul. I'll go back to what Justine talked about, the size advantage. Take it to the basket. We've seen UConn settle for a couple of threes, but this time Katie Lou determined to drive it and got the contact.
Yeah, I think it's critical that, and especially in that situation, Katie Lou Samuelson, get yourself to the basket, then get to the foul line. They worked a lot on offense today as well about attacking. Geno doesn't like the way they stand around too much on the court offensively.
That one's knocked away. Samuelson's been involved in everything so far here in the first quarter. Look at Dangerfield to the basket for two more. It all starts with Katie Lou Samuelson, the level she's playing at, it seems, right now. Getting deflections, leading the team in scoring already with 10 points. Walker with the rebound.
We've seen it time and again over the years. Defense leads to offense for UConn.
Collier rolls to the basket, easy pickings for Nafisa Collier, the assist to Crystal Dangerfield. And Dangerfield knocks another one away. 2-on-1, the lob, the return, the finish.
For the first time in a while, UConn looks like they're having a lot of fun out there.
UConn may be having fun, but that should not stop you from getting back on defense, according to...
He's not having fun.
Green gets her first points, and again, points in the paint. Collier, 8 points already in the first quarter. This could be a 40-point quarter for UConn. 3:40 to go. They've already got 27 on the board. Fight on the offensive glass. Collier spikes it down and out of bounds.
I'll Say it, defense leading to offense, but nice unselfish play. Savvy pass from Samuelson back to Dangerfield.
12 field goals so far for UConn, 11 assists on those 12 field goals.
A far cry from their 27-point second half against Cincinnati on Saturday.
They had 11 assists in the entire game against Cincinnati on Saturday. 11 assists, 14 turnovers. Only second time this year they've had a negative when it came to assists to turnovers, but already 11 assists with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and that's what they finished with on Saturday. Michaela Coombs into the game. She knows what to do coming into the game. Feed it to Collier, who feeds it to Walker.
Collier could have shot that ball. I like the unselfish pass.
Again, a turnover. Collier, 2 more. It is a buzzsaw right now here in Hartford. UConn is chewing up ECU. Dangerfield. Samuelson runs out, gets 2 more. Timeout called by ECU. Vintage UConn right now here in Hartford.
Yeah, we haven't seen this in a while. Tremendous pressure, but how about the finish? Perfect pass, nice finish, little emotion to go with it.
Points in the paint so far, 26-6. Wouldn't go down for Katie Lou Samuelson. Frazier rejected by Collier. Foul called on ECU. You know, Nafisa, as we pointed out at the top of the telecast, that 2,000-1,000 club, so she's 11th on the all-time scoring list, 7th.
Yeah, a rare errant pass by Collier.
Johnson. Back for Monk. Monk, good help by Samuelson to get a block. Monk looking for a foul. Dangerfield looking for the ball. Dangerfield finding Samuelson.
That was outstanding vision by Dangerfield. A great cut, obviously, by Samuelson, but Dangerfield anticipated, passed it to where she was running.
And last touch by Connecticut. It will remain ECU ball.
Nice job by Samuelson on the defensive end. Gets up the floor, and then boom, found at the right time. Check out the pass. This is a great angle. Check that out. She saw it developing. That's what great point guards do.
That's what great cameramen do. Chris Kelly knew that pass was coming. Samuelson gets fouled, but it's the 2 ECU players who paid the highest price. Hard collision with the basket support.
And each other. Thankfully, they look like they're okay.
It's Monk and Nicole Hope. Oh, wow. Nicole Hope came flying in. Everybody's up.
And that was, I think, Katie Lou Samuelson was stunned as she was hit from behind.
Megan Walker back into the game for UConn as Nafisa Collier goes to the bench. There's Nafisa.
Great steady minutes for Collier. 5 of 5 from the floor. 2 rebounds, 3 assists.
Typical stat line. But right now, Katie Lou Samuelson is working on what, as of late, has been an atypical stat line. She's making her shots. She's 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 8 from the field.
There, a breakdown defensively on the press by UConn. Pretty easy layup for ECU.
Destiny Campbell getting her first points. Walker won't drop. That's Samuelson getting inside. She's figuring, you know what? Nothing went in for 3 weeks. So while I'm falling down on the court, I'm going to try to make this. And she's trying to sell the fact that she was in the act of shooting.
You know what? She cut. It was a perfect cut. She got inside position, ripped the rebound. And almost got that one to fall.
That would have been right from the files of the number 33 that she wears in honor of. That's Larry Bird. "17 points now for Katie Lou. And counting. One thing that has not gone away from her free throw shooting. 85% coming into this game. She's perfect from the line here tonight. 5 for 5. UConn has put 39 points on the board.
I trust you'll be wearing something.
I already made a note for myself. Dangerfield, deep three. Rebound, Megan Walker on the offensive glass. Megan Walker keeps fighting, and she earns a trip to the free throw line. And that is what Megan Walker's been doing so well here over this past month.
Rebounding the ball well. Look at the way Samuelson leading in the huddle. Love to see that from your senior. But Megan Walker at least came out of there with 2 free throws. You got to score or get to the line. Those are the only 2 options.
The number we've been tracking for Megan is her offensive rebounds. The first 9 games, she had a total of 10 offensive rebounds. You can see the numbers for Katie Lou Samuelson, a little bit better than Saturday. She'd be the first to tell you that. 10 offensive rebounds the first 9 games. The last 10 games, 24 offensive rebounds. She's just working at a higher level on that end, and UConn has gone past 40. They're at 41 now. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock is off, game clock down to 6. Down to 4. Down to 2. Monk launches, and that is the end of a very productive first quarter for the UConn Huskies, led by senior Katie Lou Samuelson. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Katie Lou, and UConn hangs 41 in the... It's time for Como's Court Vision, brought to you by Yale New Haven Health, so keep going.
I tell you, active hands, that's what it is. Collier with the nice hands there. The dish down low from Williams to Samuelson. I mean, their defense, they just have a different energy about them tonight. And Collier has been involved in almost every single play. Here she is with that double, and then the step-in steal from Dangerfield, and the finish yet again by Collier. Active hands, lots of energy.
Collier, 5 of 5 shooting, 10 points. Katie Lou Samuelson, 18 points on 6 of 8 shooting, including 1 for 1 outside the three-point line. Nafisa is on the court to start the second quarter. 9 points now for Megan Walker, averaging better than 12 a game. Frazier, Kristen Williams getting a deflection. 2-on-1 with Dangerfield. The return to Williams. Foul on Williams.
I'll tell you, Geno's got very little to complain about in that regard here tonight. Good active hands there by Kristen Williams. And then the nifty pass back from Dangerfield.
Williams brings it up. Here's Molly Bennett. Walker, tough pass for Collier to catch, and a foul on ECU on the drive. Monk picks it up.
It couldn't have felt good to get that shoulder in her cheek. Ooh. And it wasn't an offensive. I thought Danaher made a good call. It was a block. I don't think she wanted to block with her face, though.
Good feed. Walker to Collier. Samuelson wanted that rebound, has pressure coming from behind, takes it all the way to the basket, and will earn another trip to the free throw line. You know, she's listening to what Geno told the team earlier in the game about, you know, we got an advantage here, take it to the basket. She's only attempted that 1 3-pointer and she made it, but she's making her living in the paint and
she
at the free throw line.
And I love how, you know, I just love the way she brought the ball to the floor, kept looking side to side to see if there was a defender coming from behind. And great recognition, no one's really stopping me. I'm going to take it all the way to the rim.
G for Frazier. Campbell lost the handle. Samuelson leads it out to Dangerfield. Samuelson's second three-point attempt. You knew that was going down. It is her night. Bent beats it to Nelson Adota.
Nice take. Nice strong move by Nelson Adota. I like the pass too from Bent. Nelson Adota working hard in that low post. And look at that, leaning right, spinning back left.
Kristen Williams back into the game. To Dangerfield, to Bent. Irwin and Nelson Adota out there as well. Freshman just wants it and wants to score. And eventually does.
Nice aggressive move.
Approaching 2 minutes to go in the first half here at the XL Center. Only meeting in the regular season this year between ECU and UConn. Kyla Irwin.
Terrific move by Irwin. You know, she has to think score. If you catch the ball and think pass, no one's ever going to guard you. They're just going to help off on others.
Rattles out for Campbell. Picked up by Dangerfield. Crystal weaving through traffic and finding Irwin. Another assist for Dangerfield. That is her 8th with no turnovers here in the first half. For points in the first half, 61. They did it twice, most recently against UCF, so they've blown by that. They have a chance here for 70. Dangerfield, touchdown from beyond midcourt. She had her arms up in the air as UConn continues to roll. Final minute here in the second quarter.
What an amazing pass from Dangerfield.
27 points, but sharing the basketball. UConn with 22 assists on 27 field goals. And Crystal Dangerfield threading the needle beautifully to Molly Bent. And you can see her, she had her arms up. A beautiful feed. And UConn with their most impressive first half of the season on top here by 45 at the break. Here's Justine and Geno presented by PC Richard & Son.
Geno, 70 points, 22 assists in that first half. What does it tell you about your offense?
Well, I don't know. We've run a lot of offense. I think we just run up and down the floor. Our defense has gotten us a lot of opportunities, and, you know, we're playing a team that wanted to kind of push the tempo a little bit, and, you know, we're playing at a really good pace right now. You know, we're not playing too fast. We're not, you know, we're not walking it up the floor, and everybody that's come off the bench has contributed a little bit. So it's pretty much what you want to see when you're playing a team like this.
Is this the best half of basketball you've seen this season from your team?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of really, really good things. You know, everyone, I think, feels like they accomplished something. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right, thanks, Geno. Coming up after a break, Gary and Kara are back with the halftime show. The Huskies putting on a show here at the Excel Center. 70-25, your score in Hartford. Katie Lou Samuelson leading the...
On top of ECU, 70-25 to get ready for the second half. Eric and Meg back with you here. Courtside, you can tell right from the very start, UConn up on their toes. They had that energy. They turned ECU over. They turned those turnovers into points. And Katie Lou Samuelson, you knew it was going to happen sooner or later, got back on track.
She did, and you know, she did it from the beginning. The very first shot that she took tonight was a 3. There it is, a little hesitation. Thank you very much. One of the 2 threes she took and connected on here. I like the penetration, driving, posting up and down in the lane, and her bread and butter out on that wing. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Very productive half for Katie Lou.
Much like Megan Walker outscored Tulane in the entire game and our trip to New Orleans last month, Katie Lou outscored ECU in the first half. A new season high, 27 points. And it's been much better when you take what happened against Louisville and Cincinnati on the road. UConn averaged out 67 points, didn't shoot very well, but shot lights out here in the first half against ECU. 67%, 22 assists on 27 field goals.
It's remarkable how different a few days can make this team look. Completely different energy than what we saw at Cincinnati on Saturday.
Batted away by Nafisa Collier. Kristen Williams showing some speed to the basket.
Defense into offense yet again.
Walker had 9 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. And Crystal Dangerfield, 7 points, 9 assists, no turnovers in the first half. Hot pass inside and a foul called on Corbin as Dangerfield with the left hand got it in there.
You can just tell that Dangerfield really is loving distributing the basketball. It's fun to watch the evolution of her as a point guard.
Collier gets inside for 2 more.
Great patience, great extra step to free herself and get past the defense so the shot can't get blocked.
To do you are ready to take it.
Walker with the rebound out to Samuelson. Thank you, Justine. Williams rattles it in for 3.
Relief you think that was for Kristen Williams to knock that one down.
1 for her last 16 from outside the 3-point line for knocking that one down. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dangerfield to Samuelson. And Walker will head to the free throw line.
That was just a beautiful pass, knowing what she wanted to do, taking the attention away, going left, knowing she's going back. You saw it in her eyes.
Has struggled a little bit this season. It's something we've talked about throughout conference play. Their third quarters, usually in the past, they've come firing out of the locker room and left no doubt. But this third quarter's been pretty good. Dangerfield knocks down a 3-pointer. They've outscored ECU 14-6 here to start the third. From Williams, though. Raven Johnson. Johnson, a block by Samuelson.
Well played by Samuelson.
That's 3 blocks tonight for Katie Lou. She's got 15 this year. She had 6 all of last year.
She's so much more active defensively.
Williams scores for ECU. UConn with 6 blocks as a team. Feed inside, another easy 2 for Connecticut, this time from Nafisa Collier.
Work harder.
Kristen Williams.
Well, Kristen Williams.
Yeah.
She's having to work harder than she ever has in her life. And she's being held to a standard by Geno, Oriema, and the staff that she didn't even know existed. So it's not easy to come in here and play on a very national stage.
Michaela Coombs with the dish, and Frazier was in the restricted arc, so it's a foul on Frazier. See with a foot right there, and the official Brian Enderline pointed down. So that's foul on ECU. UConn basketball on the baseline. Tough shot from Dangerfield.
She says no, it's not.
Yes, exactly.
Great use of the backboard.
Four on the shot clock. Williams has to do it herself. Little contact, steps back and knocks it down.
Great reaction.
There's been a lot to celebrate for UConn here today. Kristen Williams, that left arm maybe got a little space, but you know what? It's all going UConn's way here at the XL Center after 3. ECU 41-13 in the first quarter. They had 70 points on the board at halftime, and with 10 minutes to play, they've already scored 98, one shy of their season high in scoring. And Crystal Dangerfield has gotten everybody involved here tonight.
Well, she's given her teammates the ball in places where they can do something with it. 2 outstanding passes here. That one I love. She anticipated Samuelson. A couple no looks. just really doing a good job of setting up her teammates. 12 points, 12 assists on the evening. Just getting better and better at distributing the basketball.
So a career high in assists for Dangerfield, a season high in points for Samuelson, a perfect shooting night for Nafisa Collier, 10 for 10. Thanks in large part to Crystal Dangerfield putting her teammates into what's going on there. Now, Williams into Irwin. Kyla Irwin works inside off the window, and UConn has hit 100 for the first time this season.
Terrific move by Irwin.
As Meg mentioned, too, with Temple at Gamble coming up on Saturday. Tipped away in a turnover for UConn, but Williams fought back and knocked it away. And drains a three.
From the same spot on the floor that she hit one earlier.
That shot won't go for Hope. And it's ECU basketball. Class is still in session. Well, now it's something a little bit more. God, everybody's got a little laugh at this now. Tiara Chambers into the game. Destiny Campbell scores, and that should do it for the scoring here tonight. 118 points put on the board by Geno Oriema's Huskies, holding ECU to 55 as well. 118-55, the final, far and away season high for points for UConn. Previous high was 99. It's a season high in assists with 35 for Connecticut, and a season high in points for Katie Lou Samuelson, who snaps out of her funk, puts 31 on the board, 9 of 11 shooting for Samuelson, 2 for 2 from outside the three-point line, had 8 rebounds and 5 assists. She is our People's United Bank Player of the Game as UConn wins it to improve to 20-2 on the season and 9-0 in the American, with a home game against Temple, followed by a home game against South Carolina coming up. Here's Justine with Geno.
Geno, what are you most impressed with about tonight's win?
Well, again, like I said at halftime, I thought the pace that we played at was what got us so many easy shots. You know, compared to what we were doing last week, where I thought we were tired or we were sluggish or whatever we were mentally, it looked like today we were 180 degrees different than, so the pace that we played at, the energy that we played at both ends of the floor, that's exactly what you need. And I know it's hard to come up with that every single night, but tonight was one of those nights.
Katie Lou Samuelson had been going through a bit of a shooting slump. How was she able to bounce back in this game?
Well, again, I don't know that a lot of outside shots went in, a lot of threes. I don't think she took a bunch of them, but I think sometimes when a really good three-point shooter is not making a bunch, they have a tendency to stand out there and shoot more of them. Whereas I think you've got to, get yourself involved in the game other ways. So you just need to see the ball go in. I don't care if it's a layup. I don't care if it's a free throw, an offensive rebound. It doesn't matter. So she saw the ball go in, and once that happens, it's like, I'm not going to miss forever. So I think she just got, a little bit comfortable, and she has a different look about her. That says it all.
What did you like about the way Crystal Dangerfield ran your offense tonight?
Well, we talked about that in the locker room. Someone has to set the tone. Someone has to set the pace, and it's usually the person with the ball. And if that person sets a really quick pace, everybody's going to try to keep up. And she's being really, really unselfish. She's taking advantage of all the things that are available out there. She's not trying to score a certain number of points every night. She's just trying to make sure that our offense flows. And I'll tell you what, these last 3 games, she's been unbelievable.
Thank you so much, Geno. Congrats on the win.
All right.